Hello BookTube. Today I'm going to be doing the Book Dragon tag. This tag was created by Bookish Chas and I was kindly tagged by Steve Donahue. I will leave links to both videos in the show notes down below. So the questions are related to a number of fictional dragons, some of whom I have heard of and some that I have not. So let's get going. Question number 1. Talindor, Talindor's guest. Name a book with an enormous library or book collection. For this, I'm going to go with the 4 p.m. book stacks from Tolabaan Hanaka-kun by Errol. The 4 p.m. book stacks are an offshoot of the school library in which the series is set. That is the boundary of the fourth school mystery, a Tsuchikomori spider demon. It is the main subject of a early arc that I quite enjoyed, and yeah. Question number 2, Saphira from Inheritance Cycle. Name a book series that involves bonding to creatures. For this, I'm going to go with Fairy Tale by Hiro Mashima. The main character, Natsu, is bonded to an Exceed named Happy, the blue cat. The Exceed are a species of anthropomorphic cats who, for the most part, have the ability to fly, although certain Exceed have a wider array of superpowers. The queen of the Exceed is a prophet. Panther Lily has super strength. Carla has some precognitive abilities and can eventually turn into human. So the Exceed are pretty interesting characters. So question number 3, Drogon from A Song of Ice and Fire. Name a book series where one of the characters is virtually unstoppable. For this, I'm going to go with nonfiction and biography. So I'm picking Alexander of Macedon. And the book biography I'll be showing is Alexander of Macedon, 356 to 323 BC, a historical biography by Peter Green. This is the first biography of Alexander the Great that I have read, and I loved it. And I've periodically come back to it. I'm due for a reread, I think, at some point. And yeah. And Alexander the Great was pretty much unbeatable. He won every battle he ever fought in. Question number 4, Balerion the Black Dread from Fire and Blood. This is one of the other dragons from A Song of Ice and Fire series. And the question is, name a book series that has gigantic beasts. For this, I'm going to go with a work of fiction and really fantasy. The Scar by China Mieville. So the gigantic creature in The Scar is an Avank, a monstrous, gigantic sea beast from another dimension that the crew of the Pirate City Armada summons and harnesses to transport the city to a wild part of the ocean of Basalag, where the city can reach a magical place. So that's that. Question number 5, Smaug from The Hobbit. Name a book series that involves talking animals or beasts. For this, I could have gone for Fairy Tale, but there's another manga series that features talking animals or beasts, and that is Naruto by Masashi Kishimoto. The talking animals and beasts in this series are various summonable creatures, including toads, snakes, slugs, dogs, and others that the ninja characters can make contracts with and can summon them and sort of join in their battles and stuff. So, going with that. Question number 6, Falkor from the Neverending Story. Name a book series where one of the characters is extremely lucky. For this, I'm going with Jude Dubuisson from the Crescent City series, and I'll be showing The City of Lost Fortunes by Brian Camp. Jude Dubuisson has the power to find missing objects, and eventually he develops the ability to give and take luck. That he can take luck from the undeserving or those he feels are undeserving and can pass it along to others. But he can keep just enough for himself to where he can pretty much have success in his endeavors. Question number 7, Borch from The Witcher. Name a book series with shape-shifting creatures. For this, I'm going to go with Full Metal Alchemist by Hiromu Arakawa. One of the primary villains, Envy, is a shapeshifter. Envy is one of 7 homunculi or artificial humans who serve as the main antagonists of the series. And again, Envy can shapeshift into both humans and non-humans. Question number 8. Toothless. How to Train Your Dragon. Name a book series where someone must tame or train animals. So this prompt actually gave me some trouble. I was scouring my collection thinking, okay, what books do I have that relate to that? That's not going to be doubling up. And it kind of hit me as I passed over it that I do have a book that fits this prompt perfectly, and that is Race the Sands by Sarah Beth Durst. In this book, there are a species of monsters that the humans capture and train to race. And eventually, if the creature is successful in the races, they are allowed to be reborn in a much more auspicious circumstances. Question number 9, Hungarian Horntail from Harry Potter. Name a book series that involves a competition. Well, I generally could pick probably most shonen manga have some form of a competition or tournament arc. And since I've already picked Fairy Tail and Naruto, which both have a competition tournament arc, I'm going to go with another one that has, I think, at least 2. I know it's already had 1, but I'm thinking there's a second one in later volumes, and that is The 7 Deadly Sins by Nakaba Suzuki. So the first competition or tournament arc involves the 7 deadly sins who've so far gathered, Melodious, Diane, Ban, and King, trying to reclaim Diane's sacred treasure, her weapon, that's gone missing. And so basically they all enter the tournament, and basically several rounds, they each fight, until eventually it's Melodious and Diane fighting and basically destroy the arena. Question number 10, Errol from Guards. Name a book series with presumed misfits. For this, I'm going to pick another work of history, and I'm going to go with American Comics, A History by Jeremy Dauber. A number of comics creators, particularly early years of comic books, were very much misfits. And I think this kind of perfectly matches that prompt. More question. So the 11th question, or in this case it would be prompt, is to tag some friends. So as I usually do, if you would like to do this tag, consider yourselves tagged. and I will see you in a few minutes with a book haul. So until then, BookTube, thank you, have a great afternoon, and stay safe.